Again everyone, welcome to another Oy'Nissh vlog, and in this video I'll be doing a foraging vlog for wild leek seeds here in Little France Park, Craigmillar, just across from the Craigmillar Castle in Edinburgh. So yes, I'll be foraging for wild leek seeds. Apparently in Edinburgh, probably in the Highlands, wild leek and wild garlic comes in a little later probably, but here in Edinburgh the wild leek are going out of season, but at this time it's ideal for getting the wild leek seeds that taste almost like little onions, tiny little onions, but they're very flavorsome. So I'll be foraging for some wild leek seeds, and then I'll use it to make bread and salad. So I'll be foraging along the hillside so I don't have to bend a lot. I'll let you have a look at the foraging area. Yes, so, and I'm sure there are many places around Edinburgh and Musselburgh and Pennycook and Roslyn Glen. In these areas you'll find loads of wild leek seeds at the moment. I'll let you have a look. So all this area is covered with wild leek. As you can see, it's pretty much out of season. They are going brown now, so they've lost their vitamin capacity, but the nutrients, the seeds are packed with nutrients and will be ready to bear the next crop next spring. I would say late winter, early spring in Edinburgh, that is. It might vary different parts of the UK. So this is the wild leek seed. There we go. There's a cluster. They seem to come in clusters. Let me see if I can show you. So this is it. So I'm hoping to use this to make bread. Yeah. And they're edible. They're quite munchy. So I need my container. Let me see if I've got some already. There you go, my little starter seeds. They almost look yellow from this point of view, but they vary from green to pale yellow. Some are yellow, depends on what type. The early ones tend to be more yellow. So all I have to do is to just shell them off pretty easily. There you go. So it's pretty simple to forage. As I said, it's easier if you're doing it along the hillside where you don't have to bend that much. And you've got plenty along the hillside, and they're quite easy to shell off. So I'm going to use it to make bread along with wild garlic leaves. Wild garlic also is going out of season, so. And the reason why I'm going to forage for the wild garlic now is because the seeds are ready. If I did it too early, the seeds wouldn't have been ready. So it's this bread that I'm hoping to make with wild leek and wild garlic. So it's the late wild garlic. It's very simple to forage for the seeds. Now, the disadvantage is if you wait too long to forage for them, then the leaves go flat on the ground like this, and becomes a lot more difficult to forage for them. As you can see, it's now on the soil. Obviously you can always wash them off, but because the leaves are covering the ground, it's very difficult to harvest them that way. So it's easier to do it while the stems are still standing straight. Yeah, let's pick that out. Yeah, so I did make a wild leek bread one time that goes with the mativna. I did a video about making mativna, which is a beetroot soup with nettle early nettle and ground elder, and it's served with 3 different types of sandwiches. A vegan sandwich and a vegetarian sandwich, probably egg or cheese, and also a fish sandwich, preferably tuna. There we go. See you? They're like little gems, aren't they? Look. And there's just so much of it, you'll never finish. Apparently, this plant, wild leek, it's quite invasive across the UK, I believe. Not just in Edinburgh, but across the UK. But the thing is, it's edible. And most people don't realize that it's edible. I didn't at one point. Sometimes I wonder if people could commercially farm it, but maybe because it's so much all over during spring, maybe people don't. Let me see. Look at this. Oh, I just missed one of the big ones. Okay, let me see. Now, one alternative is to get a bag. It would be to get a bag and cut some of them, the stems, and then shake the bag, and some of the seeds will fall off. I've never tried it yet, but I noticed when in the past when I cut the top part of the remaining wild leek plants and I put it in the bag, when I reach home, some of them already fall off into the bag. So maybe that's one way of harvesting it. But I just do it like this just now. Yeah. Oops, lost one. So it will be interesting to know, to find out if there are people out there who also harvest the wild leek seeds at this time, and what are some of the things I use it to do. For me, I'll be using it to make bread and salad sometime this week. What about you? Also, I just eat it raw, like little nibbles. Yeah, like little snacks. Instead of sweets, I nibble on this. But I guess it's an acquired taste for some people, I would imagine. Not having it before, it would become an acquired taste. They get used to it. But as I said, treat it like baby onions, very tiny onions. We've got some too. It can be a bit tedious. Consider that container if I'm to fill it. I might be here a while. I think this is more like a relaxed way of foraging. You're not in any rush. You take your time and just go through. But as I said, if you have bad back, my encouragement is for you to forage along the hillside where you don't have to bend as much. Yeah. Yes, so anyone out there forage for wild leek seeds? If so, what are some of the things you do with it? Not obviously I would imagine some of you would have just eaten it raw like myself. But what other stuff do you use it to do? Let me see. Yeah, so for me, I love foraging because I love walking. Walking is my pastime. So foraging and walking for me go hand in hand because I get to walk to places and I see edible stuff and not forage for it at the same time. So yes, I love walking. Now it's a way of keeping me fit. So I don't really go to the gym. I just walk. I can walk for hours. So after a while you get used to knowing where things are located. Yes. For example, there's another area that, well, you can forage for wild leek all over at this time. The seeds rather. But even during late winter, going into early mid-spring, you'll find wild leek all over Edinburgh. They just seem to prosper in this environment. I'm wondering if it would grow in Jamaica. That would be interesting. I'm sure it would. I'm sure it would. It's just such a lovely plant. Look at this one. As I said, it looks like a little onion sometimes. Yeah, look at that one. It's nice. I think that's a twin seed. But as I said, for some people who are on the rush, you'd have to cut the top stem of these and then shake it in a bag, and then it will shell. Some of it, not all of it, some of it will shell off into the on the bottom of the bag, and you can have the seeds that way. But other than that, as a pastime for those who love to walk, it would be good to just come and forage for it directly. Take the kids and you all pick these stuff. When you make potato salad or whatever, I don't know, whatever salad, I'll see what I'll make. I've never actually make a salad with it. Well, I've tried it. Last year was the first time I actually had bit some of it in a potato salad that I was making. So that's when I discovered that this thing is absolutely flavorsome, very tasty when mixed in with the salad. And if you've got shallot too, that nice purplish color, reddish color, it gives that nice, contrast of color with the green seeds. And what else? And pepper, not chili pepper, capsicum, yeah. So you could dice some of it and mix it through the salad. So I tried it last year and I'm alive to tell the story, so don't worry, you're not going to die. So as I said, these seeds are really handy when it comes to making salad. That's what I discovered, and you go online and you do some research. I know you look for academic journals, probably the best, more reliable, and find out the best use of it. I'm sure in some countries they probably use it for medicinal purposes too. But as I said, they're like little, very big, tiny baby onions. That's the taste I get from it. But it's not as strong, you know. It's not as strong as onion itself. You know, it's not that strong. It's still a lot milder. Still a lot milder. And should I say nutty? Not slightly nutty. It would be like a nutty onion. I don't know if I could use that term, nutty onion, but you know, that's what I get. Nutty onion, little gems. Look at that. So you can see, because they're so tiny, you can tell that I'll be here all day trying to fill this, which probably is not the plan. I just need enough to bake with and make salad. Look at that. Let me see if I can get some more ice. Yeah. So for some of you foragers out there, whichever city, town or country, have you ever foraged for wild leek, but also the wild leek seeds? What are some of the stuff you do with it? Any tips? It would be interesting if someone out there used it to make curry. That means something new, you know, to me. For me, if it was to use it to make curry, be it a vegan curry or a chicken curry, I don't know, or a vegetarian dish. Be surprised how these things are versatile. You can use it to make a variety of stuff. But to make a curry would be interesting. I've never gone that far using it to make a curry dish. But I start with bread and salad. And work my way to other dishes. The thing though, there's a small window now because I'm hoping to use wild garlic too, which is going out of season fast. But as I said, I choose to forage for the wild garlic. No, I'll be doing it probably tomorrow. I choose to do it now because I was waiting for the seeds to mature, and they are now. But then the wild garlic is going out of season, so I have to be fast. Because once they start to flower, they also start to disintegrate to nothingness. So let's see if I can get some here. I'm trying to find it. Maybe that's the thing, there are so many options, but I don't want to bend too much, so let me go back to the hillside. Look at that, slipping. So just be mindful, because as I said, especially if it rains, the grass can be slippery. So let me show you. Try not to walk down this hillside, right? Because the wild leek plants are now decaying and they become slimy, so you can slide down and knock yourself on a rock or something. So just follow the path in the Little France Park, just across from the Edinburgh, Craigmillar Castle, you're safer that way. So let me see. Yeah, so now I have to think up a type of bread that I'll make with it. I know it's wild leek. I wouldn't say wild leek seed bread because there'll be other stuff in it. Because as I said, I'll be using wild garlic also. So I have to think up a name for it. I don't know what I'm going to call it yet. I know it might be what, wild leek and garlic bread. But again, I don't know, because I'm not using wild leek. It's just the seed. I'll come up with a name, don't worry. But I can't wait to taste a bread made with the seeds in it too, you know. So that will be interesting. I'm sure it's not something for the history book, because I'm sure there must be people in the UK who have done this before, you know. There must be some ultra vegan people who have experimented with all sorts of stuff, you know. So but wild garlic bread is quite common in places where you have ramson, so that's normal. But most people just don't eat wild leek, so chances are of them making bread with the seeds is slim. As I said, it normally to be ultra healthy people, vegan or so forth, who love to experiment and all sort of stuff. But the average person don't even forage for wild leek when it's in season, much less the seed. Maybe because, like myself, they weren't aware that it was edible, aware that it's edible. I did last year, you know, and here I am. So I'm going to continue to forage and see if I can fill the container some more, and then hopefully tomorrow or the following day I will make the bread, and we'll see how that turns out, because I'll have to go and forage for the wild garlic, and I think I'll do so in Musselburgh, because Pennycook, I can't bother to go to the Roslyn Glen area at the moment. But I'll see if I can nip down to Musselburgh, get some late wild garlic, hopefully there's still some left, and then I'll see if I can make the bread, and then hopefully within 2 or so days we'll see what results from all this foraging. And share this video with your friends, let them know some of the stuff that they can forage for nearby. As I said, I'm in Little France Park, Edinburgh, just across from the Craigmillar Castle. Just be mindful again when you walk in the area, because the wild leek leaves are decaying, so it becomes a bit slimy and I can slide on it. So wear proper shoes and don't walk down the hill with the grass. Just follow the path and then just walk on level ground and not downhill. I'll catch you later.